Hi friends, it's Belinda here from Be Making Joy, and my daughter Ilana has agreed to join us for this final video, the final opening of the Pokemon Surprise Bags package from Fangirl Fibers.
On camera as opposed to off camera.
Yeah.
There's a disembodied voice.
She's been joining us all along, but she finally agreed to be on camera for this episode. And let's start with what she's wearing. So, one of her favorite outfits, her Pokemon dress.
Yeah.
So, as you know, these packages are Pokemon themed, yarn and stitch markers, and each one will have a copy of a Pokemon card that coordinates with it. So, let's see what we have for this final one. We were in the dark Pokemon category, so this should be another dark Pokemon. She saw the card, everything.
That is Umbreon.
Umbreon.
Much like Espeon, who is a psychic type we got previously, it is an evolution. It is specifically evolution's kind of secondary. Espeon and Umbreon were introduced at the same time.
Oh, this is your Eevee chain.
Yes.
Ilana's favorite Pokemons are all the Eevee ones.
Yeah, evolutions. Of the 80 evolutions, they tend to be grouped into 4 groups. The first 3 were Jolteon, Flareon, and Vaporeon, who were the first 3 released. And these 2 were released in the same generation, and there was also Leafeon and Glaceon, who released in the same generation, and then Sylveon, who was released on their own. So they tend to be kind of, those are the kind of groupings people tend to group them into. And kind of so like the pairs. And also, Espeon and Umbreon evolve very similarly. They both evolve with high friendship, but if you evolve a Pokemon with high friendship during the night, you get Umbreon. During the day, you get Espeon. So they're kind of representing day and night.
Oh, so that's why he's dark.
Yeah.
Is he evil?
No. The Japanese name for the dark type does translate to evil, I think. But it's like, it doesn't necessarily, dark types aren't necessarily evil so much as they are. I suppose it could, a lot of the type matchups kind of point to them being like the opposing forces and kind of like fairy tales and stuff. But they're not necessarily out. It's just, types don't really have personalities assigned to them. But yeah.
So there's this yarn.
But yeah, Umbreon is a very nice Pokemon. Got some nice yellow highlights in there.
Yeah. What are those, his eyes? His
no,
ears?
Yeah, the yellow parts. Fun fact,
Yeah.
does glow in the dark.
Oh, cool.
So he's a nice night light. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. And now let's share where we're coming on our design project. With these yarns, we're making a cloak for Ilana. And I showed you some work yesterday, but then I ripped out what I showed you. Decided to go for a smaller needle, a thicker fabric. And of course, smaller needle means I had to add more stitches, had to do the math again. So I ripped the old one out, did this much so far. We're now on the second color. So it starts at the collar and will increase until it's wide enough for the cloak and then continue down. Each stripe is going to be, we decided on 1.5 inches. So the overall cloak is, well, 46.5 inches, but then we'll add a black trim across the bottom in a different stitch pattern of a heavier weight to weigh it down to keep it from rolling up. We haven't decided what stitch pattern on that yet. But let's see. This purple is actually no, the top, the purple.
Oh, I could not see you pointing at that.
It's actually waist yarn. It's a provisional cast on. And what happens is after we knit down, we come back here to the neckline, and I will put those stitches back on the needle and knit a hood.
Which will look like a Pokeball.
I thought we were keeping that part a secret.
Oh, I didn't realize. You can cut that out.
Yeah, so we have some more work to do on the graph for that design, but we're on our way with the cloak. So you can follow me, I don't know if you'll join me again, on my regular podcast every 2 weeks. It's called What Brings Me Joy. It's here on this same channel. And I will show you the progress on this as it goes along with some other projects that I'm working on. in the meanwhile, thank you for joining us for this series of the mystery yarn opening throughout the month of July. We've had a lot of fun. It was difficult some days to remember to do it, but we did it. We enjoyed it. And thank you so much for helping me, Alana.
Yeah, I had fun.
Thanks. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in my podcast.